So we've got most of the design in AutoCAD already sketched up at a preliminary level. So now our next step is to refine it. Now I've already done a lot of refining off screen. As you can see, we've got more wheelchair turning radii. Radii is plural for radius. So we've got multiple wheelchair turning radii here, and for the most part it's working. We've got a little conflict with the glass block wall that I had set up before, but maybe if we move it over, it'll work. All right, so we're close. It'll work, but we're cutting it pretty close. So one of the things that I also prepared off screen, if we get rid of that, one of the things that you do in the detail level of refining the design. In this particular case, I made a glass block wall that certainly works. The previous design had more space than it actually needed just for the entry. You just want to whisk people in and into that jacuzzi public space. And this also allows more space for this wheelchair turning radius. Um, so we're definitely that's just a more advantageous design of the glass wall. Another thing you could kind of see it on this counter space already, and not this one, is we do have a curve that's introduced in the glass block wall. It's going to have some sweet LED lighting in it, but what I thought might also be cool is a kind of more complete and more holistic design. Maybe we want to introduce those same curves into the counter space. So rather than just having a regular rectangular orthogonal counter space, and there's nothing wrong with rectangular counters, but because we do have the curve, maybe it makes sense to curve those edges. Also, since you will have edges exposed like this one, maybe you don't want somebody in a wheelchair or who is using a walking stick to bump into a sharp edge like that. So those are two reasons why it might make sense to introduce that curve. So what we're going to use is the fillet command, not fillet, it's fillet. And what that does is you specify two lines, and we're going to pick a radius. So I'm going to type R for radius, and we're going to call it 1 foot. So if you click on two lines, it creates the arc between them. It rounds that edge. So I'm going to repeat that here and repeat that here. And now we've got a rounded countertop as well. So that's what the refining stage of the design is all about. It's all about taking the details and making those work for your client or for whoever you're designing for. Other details, I've decided instead of just having a towel rack, maybe it makes sense to have more storage space. There is no closet in this bathroom, so a place to put things like towels or medicine or just the things that you put in a bathroom closet. That's something that comes in at that refining stage. Also, there's a flip down seat, which is for ADA accessibility, and that's in our roll-in shower. Our grab bars are there. It's all about detailing the design at this stage.